Our top story this morning: in the latest attempt to get reluctant Americans to get vaccinated, President Joe Biden announced a host of new steps in his administration will take to get people to get vaccinated against COVID-19. This includes making local governments pay people to get the jab. Other steps include requiring all federal employees to give proof of being vaccinated or face regular testing, mask mandates and travel restrictions. A new measure comes amid rising Delta variant cases in the country, leading to a surge in COVID hospitalizations and deaths. The vast majority of those individuals with severe case of COVID-19 are unvaccinated. While the White House has previously been opposed to vaccine passports, it has taken a tougher stance as the infections now rise.
We need to wear a mask to protect each other and to stop the rapid spread of this virus as we work to get more people vaccinated. And I hope all Americans who live in areas with substantial or high case rates will follow the mask guidance that's being laid down by the CDC. I certainly will, and I have, because this is one of those areas in Washington. And at my decision, at my direction, all federal personnel and visitors to federal buildings will have to do the same thing. As more people get vaccinated, we are better protected as a nation to continue reopening safely and responsibly. But we are not fully out of the woods yet, because what is happening in America right now is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. Let me say that again. It's a pandemic of the unvaccinated. There are about 90 million Americans who are eligible to get the shot, but haven't gotten it yet. As I just mentioned, nearly all of the cases, hospitalizations and deaths due to COVID-19 today are from unvaccinated people.
Meanwhile, state and local governments will be able to dip into the $350 billion coronavirus aid to provide $100 payments for every newly vaccinated American to boost COVID-19 inoculation rates. President Biden justified his move, saying if incentives help beat the virus, then he was for it.
So today, I'm calling on all states and local governments to use funding they have received, including from the American Rescue Plan, to give $100 to anyone who gets fully vaccinated. I know that paying people to get vaccinated might sound unfair to folks who've gotten vaccinated already. But here's the deal. If incentives help us beat this virus, I believe we should use them.
Another issue is how the surge in infections will affect getting children back into schools. The president pressed school districts to hold at least one pop-up vaccination clinic in the coming weeks to get children over the age of 12 vaccinated, saying that children cannot afford another year out of the classroom. According to the Centers for Disease Control, roughly 163.8 million people in the United States are fully vaccinated out of a population of some 330 million. A study last month also showed that over 99% of COVID-19 deaths have been among the unvaccinated. It comes as virus-related deaths climbed to around 2,000 per week. And new cases are now at their highest point in the last 3 months, with about 60,000 being recorded per day.
Thank you so much.
And for more details on this story, our correspondent Giles Gibson has sent us this report from Washington, D.C. Listen in.
For months and months now, we've seen US President Joe Biden asking the American people, and at times pleading with them, to get vaccinated against COVID-19. But on Thursday at the White House, we saw President Biden announcing action towards specific groups of people. He said that he's asking the Department of Defense to explore making coronavirus vaccines mandatory for the US military. And he also said that federal employees are going to have to show proof of vaccination, and if they can't or they don't want to, then they're going to have to start wearing masks in the workplace. They're also going to have to undergo regular testing for COVID-19, and they're going to have to maintain social distancing around their colleagues. This announcement from President Biden follows the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, updating its guidance around the wearing of masks. They're now saying that even if you're fully vaccinated against COVID-19, that you should wear a mask when you're indoors if you live in an area that has substantial or high levels of transmission of COVID-19. This is really the first time that we've seen President Biden being forced to backpedal when it comes to his strategy to contain the coronavirus, because throughout much of his presidency, case numbers have been falling pretty steadily. However, in recent weeks, this highly contagious Delta variant has seen case numbers rising once again here in the United States. The 7-day average of new daily cases is now at approximately 65,000 and rising. I'm Giles Gibson in Washington, reporting for WION.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.